Welcome one and all to the Carpe Diem webcast, where we ask founders, entrepreneurs and leaders of high growth businesses the questions that you want answers to. And so with no further ado, can I ask who you are and what you do?
Morning everyone, I'm Mike Douglas, the Commercial Director at YellowBus. We're a managed IT provider, so we help businesses with growth, improving productivity, but mainly through the correct use of technology, if you like. So think of us as a bolt-on IT department, managed cloud, managed IT, everything from IT support to the consultancy realm, if you like.
Thanks, Mikey. And what is it that you like most about working with businesses and brands?
Big area really is probably the impact. So we've been doing this a long time now. So this is our 20-year anniversary, and it's just seeing the impact we can make on businesses. So whether that's growth, so we've 20 years ago, I've met people that were starting businesses, 1 user, 2 users, 5 users. They're now 200, 500 user businesses, and we've helped them grow through the sort of evolution of technology, or even internal. So seeing the impact we can make with staff, seeing them grow, seeing them sort of, again, we've had members of staff for 1 to 10 years, and just seeing them grow with us, building out careers with us, and sitting down with them thinking, what does the next 10 years look like?
So doing it together, is that core to your philosophy? And if so, how is that playing out when you're addressing the challenges that your clients are facing currently?
Again, yeah, I mean, sort of, especially with sort of the game we're in, if you like, being the managed IT provider, we try and talk more in partnerships. So we don't like to be seen as a supplier, and we try and educate our staff, whether it's our engineers, sales, account managers, to be more of a partner to customers, and to have more of a business conversation, to try to remove the technology, if you like. In the early days, it was very much a technical conversation, not the right way of doing it, but sort of our early sales pitch was, we do IT support, we'll manage your PCs. We used to talk in technology, not benefits, and obviously you guys marketing know all the, we've had conversations where it's been very much, what are you guys doing? And we used to put out adverts, the specs of servers, and as a business leader, you don't care of a spec of a server, you just want to understand the impact it's going to have on your business, your results, and your environment. So we pass that down across everyone, and yeah, it's just trying to have those business conversations, really, just to build partnerships. And we're in it for the long game, so we want to be that managed IT partner for a long time. We're not sort of a quick sales sort of organization.
So to that point about, as you kindly reference our guidance around benefits, not features, what are the benefits that you're looking to provide currently? What's the advice that you would give to businesses currently from your perspective in the current climate?
There's probably a couple angles. So from where we sit as a technology business, not to talk on the pandemic too much, and obviously everyone's sick of hearing it, and we're all in the same boat. But from a technology sort of advice, where we're talking to customers, everyone's being forced to move to the cloud. Everyone's forced to adopt digital transformation. It was coming anyway, but it's here now. I think Microsoft, you might know better, but I think Microsoft Teams have got sort of like a 75 million daily user count, and they weren't meant to get there for another year or two. So that's just rapid growth. So we've seen companies' hands being forced, so they weren't ready for it. They've had to go off site, they've had to disperse teams. We work a lot within the nuclear sector, and again, they were starting to look at cloud, how cloud can help them, but they were, that was a slow industry, obviously due to their types of data to move to the cloud. And then overnight, they've had to move to cloud, private clouds, Microsoft 365, Teams, which is great, and it's allowed, everyone's seen improved lives. There's a lot of people that are actually thinking, well, working from home is actually it's got its benefits. There's a lot of more productivity. Staff get to see the family more. One big area we're not seen enough of, though, is people having security at the forefront of the mind. So yes, people are moving to 365, they're moving to Teams, but everyone's at home. I'm at home now. I'm pretty comfortable, surrounded by my family. You look pretty comfortable there, so I don't wake up in the morning and the first thing I think of is I must follow Cyber Essentials best practice, or is my laptop encrypted? So we're doing sort of a big push really now, and just more the education piece.
So safety is a core message then from YellowBus. Is that drawn from any influences on your own business development, on your own journey to where you are now? Who would you say have been the key players in your past?
So sort of people that we've followed closely and had dealings with, sort of more from our industry standpoint. There's a few names like Gary Peaker and Richard Tubb, which are more managed IT business entrepreneurs, if you like, that we've dealt with over the years, that have supported us, and we followed their message of just how the industry's changed. So when we started, we were very much a break fix business. We were waiting things to break. You rang us up, we charged an hourly rate. It was a horrible business model, but that was just the way of the world. And they've obviously supported the transition of the industry into managed services, more proactive approach, talking more in, especially your sort of language. So adding value, how can we add value to a customer? Quite early on, we would, again, mention the break fix, but when we did move to managed services, as a business, we did struggle originally positioning that, because a managed service is, it could be a per user per month price for everything. We'll support all your infrastructure. We'll give you 365. That to a customer that doesn't know you, it's a hard conversation. So we had to learn about sort of adding value in the value ladder. So maybe the conversation first wasn't, we want to sell you everything. We want, you need this full value. Even though long term it's probably best for them, we had to bring them down the ladder and start the conversation of how can we offer them some value for free. So giving them free guides, cybersecurity checklists, and that puts them on the bottom rung, if you like, of the value ladder. And then obviously entry level services. So can we help them with encryption, antivirus, and slowly they start building back up until you've built on that, you've got a relationship, and once they sort of know and like you, is obviously quite a common saying in sort of sales. That's when obviously you can talk about the big proposition and how you can sort of add the full value, if you like.
So thank you for that, because that segues nicely into my last question, which is, you've just described what your last sale was like in many ways. Yeah. How does that differentiate from your very first sale?
Touched on it slightly earlier in terms of our marketing was horrible. We were talking about technology, but our head office is based on Birchwood Park. Again, when we set up, it wasn't so much, this is the core reason why. It was more, back then it was, we just think we can deliver IT services better than anyone else. So that was where YellowBus was born. One big business model within YellowBus is the connectivity. So we do a lot of internet for people, and that was born from a very early sale of internet was shocking in the area. We brought ourselves on a big internet pipe. One of our clients we did IT support for needed internet, and we shared it out. And then we had someone else, we shared that out. And then before you knew it, we've got miles and miles of fibre under the ground on Birchwood. We've probably got 200 customers on that pipe, and that's a full ecosystem. It's its own business model, and then we've replicated that onto other business parks. So probably the biggest takeaway really for us on the business side, and it probably touches one of your other questions, was us finding a niche. So managed IT business and connectivity, big saturated market, and we got to a point where we're a Microsoft partner. There's a lot of Microsoft partners. We do managed IT, we do 365. There's a lot of people that do that. And when you're talking to customers, it was very much a toe-to-toe, and same services, and it was going to be a pricing game. So we sort of shifted into a vertical, if you like.
Perfect. Thank you for that, Mikey. That's a great way to end. Seek out your niche. And with that note, thank you from Carpe Diem. If you know of anyone that you think we should interview for our future webcast, then please let us know and follow the links in the post.